नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धौ दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी रागे गङ्गामनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So yesterday we discussed about introduction to Bhagavad Gita. While discussing the subject matter of introduction to Bhagavad Gita, we learned that how the four things are common to both humans and animals. Ahara nidra bhayametanam cha samanyametat pashupir naranam dharmo eko diko vishesho dharmena vihina pashupir samanaha. The humans are also eating, the animals are also eating. And humans are also sleeping, animals are also sleeping. And humans also have family life, the animals also have family life. Then what is the difference? Just because you do these four things in a sophisticated way, it doesn't make you something different from animals. So yesterday we discussed about Kriti and Akriti. Just because somebody has a Akriti of a human, Akriti means form, that doesn't make him uh, fit for being called as a human. His Kriti, activity, should also be that of a human. So what is that first activity which a human being has to do? That is, he has to inquire. Because human being has been blessed with a special brain, special intelligence by which he can inquire into the higher realms of existence. So the question arises, if as a human being I'm supposed to inquire, what should be my inquiry? What is my inquiry? There are two prime inquiries in life. Number one, what is the goal of my life? Number two is why am I suffering? So one who doesn't know the goal of life, he can live life, but he cannot lead life. There is a difference between living life and leading life. One who lives life is an animal. Animals also living. Taravaha kim na jivanti. Aren't the animals living? So the goal of life is not just to live, but to lead. Lead means that you have a goal. Like a school, the student is going to the college. Just going to the college is not enough. The purpose of the going to the college should be pass out of the college. So in the same way, the goal of human life is to get out of this world. The goal of human life is not to stay in this world. The goal of getting into IIT is to get out of IIT. The same way, the goal of living in this world is not to live in this world, but to get out of this world. So now the question which is very close to our heart, what is that question? Why am I suffering? In spite of all my endeavors to become happy, I'm suffering. What is the reason that I'm suffering? What is the cause of my suffering? That is the second question everybody has to ask. That is, we discussed with an example that first we need to know or diagnose the disease. If we don't diagnose the disease and you take medicines, the disease will aggravate. And that is what is happening in our life. We think, I'm suffering in the school, tomorrow when I go to college, I'll become happy. When you go to college, you think, I'm suffering because I don't have money. So when I get a job, I'll become happy. So when you get a job, you got the money. When you got the money, what do you think? Oh, when I get the love of my life, I'll become happy. Then he gets married. You know what happens after that. Nothing much to discuss about it. There's no hope also. So everybody is searching for happiness, but is always thinking, tomorrow I'll get. But you will never get it. Uh, so yesterday we discussed this point that how the search for happiness is there for everyone. But in spite of all the endeavors, nobody is becoming happy, everybody is suffering. So why are you suffering? The cause has to be understood. Now, when you inquire these two questions, where should you inquire? First is what you should inquire. The second question is where should you inquire from? Where should I inquire from? That means when you inquire from someone, you're getting knowledge. That means where is the source of knowledge? What is the perfect source of knowledge? There are three sources of knowledge. One is known as the Prataksha Pramana, that is by sensory perception. Number two is inference, Anumana Pramana. Number three is Shabda Pramana. So by sensory perception, whatever knowledge you get, that is having defects. Because the senses, they have four defects. So what are the four defects? Number one, imperfect senses, tendency to commit mistakes, to commit to be under illusion, ultimately to cheat and be cheated. So whatever knowledge we get based on the sensory perception is as imperfect as the senses. Now you may say, no, I'm intelligent, I'll use my logic and try to understand what is right, what is wrong. But the input for your intelligence or anumana pramana is pratyaksha. So the defects may be reduced but cannot be eradicated. That is why science is always changing. Why? Why it should change? If it is perfect, why it should change? Why it should progress? The very fact the science is progressing shows it is imperfect. Now, the Anumana Pramana and the Pratyaksha Pramana fails us to give perfect knowledge. Now, there's only one hope for us to get perfect knowledge. That is the Vedic literatures. Why? Because the Vedic literatures are not given by human beings. They are apaurushaya. They are beyond a human. Nobody can say this is the person who wrote the Veda. And no Veda claims that this is written by someone. Vedas are revelations by God. So they are eternal as God. They are not created any time. That is why Vedic literature is a perfect source of knowledge. Until date, nobody has proved a single statement to be Veda to be wrong. They have proved many statements to be right. They're amazing. I give the example of cow dung. We know the Vedic literature glorifies cow dung and cow urine for medicinal values. Now the world has seen that how this cow dung and cow urine has got so many antiseptic values. Now Vedas were written 5,000 years back, written and put in written format by Vyasa 5,000 years back. At that time, there was no chemical laboratory to measure what's the content of cow urine or the cow dung. How and where did that knowledge come from? It came from God because He created this world. He knows the best about this world because He created this world. Whenever you get a machine, the manufacturer of the machine gives a manual for the machine. And who can know better about the machine than the manufacturer himself? The same way, who can know better about this world than the creator of this world himself? So the creator of the world, Krishna, he gave the Vedic literatures as a manual for this world. As much as without reading the manual for operate a machine, the machine will become destroyed. In the same way, if you don't operate the machine, operate your life without studying the manual for life, you'll mess up your life. So why people are messing up their life? It is just because they are not studied the Bhagavad Gita. As simple as that. Because the Vedic literatures are the manual for our life. And if you don't study the manual, as much as you spoil the machine, in the same way, without studying the manual for life, you're spoiling your life. So now, what are Vedic literatures? Yesterday I spoke to you about Vedic literature has 1130 chapters. Each chapter is consisting of four sections. That is Brahmanaka, Aranyaka, Samhita and Upanishads. So in all the four Vedas put together, you have 1130 Aranyakas, 1130 Brahmanakas, 1130 Samhitas, and 1130 Upanishads. But among all the four sections, there are two primary categories of knowledge. One section of the Vedas, the major part of the Vedas, they talk about how to live in this world. And the topmost part of the Vedas, the end of the Vedas, known as Upanishad, which is known as Vedanta, it talks about how to get out of this world. Now, one is to stay in this world, other is how to get out of this world. The whole goal of life is not to stay in this world. Even though you get the best of the engineering college, IIT, the whole purpose of getting into IIT is to get out. The purpose of getting into this world is to get out, not to stay in this world. 4 years of IIT is given to you not to stay there, so but for preparation to get out. The same way, your lifespan of 60, 70, or 80 years is given to you not to stay, but prepare, prepare to get out. The whole life is nothing but a preparation to get out of this world. If you prepare to live in this world, it's impossible. Because you cannot live in it eternally. Just imagine, I'll give you a 5 crore bungalow for just 5 lakh rupees. Oh, wow, wonderful. Just give me that. I want to be. But the only problem is that it is in 5 days, the bungalow will collapse. Then will you buy it? No. The only thing is, at least you know this bungalow will collapse after 5 days. But you don't know when you're going to collapse. But still, we are so much in ignorance that we think I'm going to live eternally. I don't have death. So the goal of the purpose of life is not to stay in this world, to get out this world. We get into the train to get out. We come into this world is to get out. So how do we get out of this world? By Upanishads. But Upanishads are also so vast. Even if you want to study, only 6% of Vedic literatures are available. So even if you want to study the remaining part, you need to know Vedic Sanskrit. The present Sanskrit is even colloquial Sanskrit. So you need to know, even if you know and then try to read, your whole life is not enough. So that, for that sake, Krishna, what did he do? He took all the Upanishads and then condensed all the Upanishads and took the essence of the Upanishads and gave it to us in the form of Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. Sarvopanishado gavo dogda gopal nandana partho vatsa sudir bhokta dugdam gitamritam mahat. Partho vatsa sudir bhokta. Now Upanishads are compared to a cow. Sarva Upanishado gavaha. The essence of the cow is the milk. In the same way, essence of the uh, cow of Upanishads is the Bhagavad Gita. Who milked the cow of Upanishads? Krishna, who is Partho Vatsaha. And now Krishna, as Dogda Gopal Nandana, he milked the cow and gave the milk to the calf Arjuna. And the remnants of the milk is drunk by whom? By all the Sudhir Bhokta, intelligent people. In this way, if you just read Bhagavad Gita, it is the essence of all Upanishads. And Upanishads are the most important section of the Vedas which talks about how to get out of this world. Now, yesterday we understood that Bhagavad Gita should be read from or understood from a devotee of Krishna. Because in the Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna says that I am speaking this science to you, Arjuna, because you are my friend and you are my devotee. Bhattosi me saka chetirhasyam hedadutapam. Uttamam. You are my devotee, you are my friend. That is why I am speaking this science to you. So to understand Bhagavad Gita, you need to be a devotee of Krishna. That's all. You need not be a Sanskrit scholar. And how we can understand Bhagavad Gita by approaching a guru who is a devotee of Krishna in the one of the four paramparas, four sampradayas. Yesterday we discussed about the four sampradayas. Brahma, Rudra, Sri Kumara. Our International Society for Krishna Consciousness ISKCON belongs to a Brahma Sampradaya. Krishna gave knowledge to Brahma, Brahma gave it to his son Vyasa, Vyasa gave it to his son Narada, Narada gave it to Vyasa, Vyasa gave it to Madhvacharya. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhakti Thakur, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and we are getting this knowledge. So we discussed about the qualification of Guru, that he should belong to one of the Sampradayas, he should be Acharya, he should teach what is he should practice what he preaches. He should be heavy with spiritual knowledge, and he should have control of senses. And we also discussed about qualification of disciple, that is, he should be inquisitive, number one. Number two, he should be a devotee of Krishna, he should be humble and having service attitude. Yesterday, we concluded our class by saying there are 5 subject matters of Bhagavad Gita. That is, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. And today, we're going to discuss the subject matter of that is Jiva, the living entity, soul. So today, we're going to talk about science of soul. When you hear this word soul, immediately many people say, "Oh, what is this?" We don't believe. People not even accepting the existence of soul. What to speak of existence of God? So before we talk about the soul, it is important to prove that the soul exists. There's something beyond the body which is making the body function to all its functions. So we'll discuss about the proof of existence of soul. So now the first proof of existence of the soul is like this. It is common sense. Anybody with common sense has to understand that there is something called soul. How? When a small boy in his house, his grandfather, he left his body. Everybody's crying. Then he goes to the father and say, Papa, दादाजी को उठाओ ना. You wake him up. Why is he sleeping? Then father says, बेटा, तुम समझोगे, दादाजी चले गए. Then this 3.5 year old boy, small boy says, दादाजी तो तेरी है. Why is he wake him up ना? Then he says, बेटा, दादाजी चले गए. What चले गए? He's there only in front of you. Then the father has to tell the son, your dadaji has gone. What is here is your dadaji's body. What does it mean? There is a difference between dadaji and dadaji's body. All these years, we never understood this thing. When we left, when we say left the body, that means he was distinct from the body. The very language itself is enough to show or prove that there is a distinction between body and soul. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. But the very language what we use itself is showing. He such and such a person passed away. What is the meaning of passed away? He is not here, he is somewhere else. Like we say, I passed out of this school. What does it mean? I am no more in the school, I am in some other place. I passed out of the college. What does it mean? Passed out. He is not here, somewhere else. The same way when we say such and such a person passed away from this body. And so who went? That person who was inside the body, he went. So that it shows there is a distinction between the body and soul. Like when you're driving a car, what are you doing? Are you the car? Just because you're driving a Maruti car, you don't become Maruti. Just because you're driving a Tata car, you don't become a Tata. You go and ask, hey, who are you? I'm Maruti. Why? See, can't you not see Maruti car? No, you are the driver of the car. You are in the car. You're driving the car. You are not the car. The same way, you are in the house. You are not the house. There is a distinction between you and your house. Just because you live in your house that doesn't make you the house. Just because you are living in the body, that doesn't make you the body. There is a distinction between you and your body. So anybody with common sense can say that there is a distinction between body and soul. There is a soul which is in the body, which is making all the bodily actions possible. So when you are standing in front of the mirror, whom are you looking at? Oh, I'm so beautiful. I mean, no, your body. When you're looking in the mirror, you're not looking at yourself. You're looking at your body. Now, at present, you are in a woman body. Sometime later, after 100 years, you'll be in a man's body. So, just because you're in a woman body doesn't make you a woman. Just because you're in a girl's body, that doesn't make you a girl. Just because you're in a man's body doesn't make you a man. Just because of you being present uh, in a in a old man's body doesn't make you old. If you're an American body, that doesn't make you an American. Like for example, how many of you are Gujaratis here? Only one, two, three. Gujaratis. Four. So just because you are in a Gujarati's body, you are not a Gujarati. Your body is born in Gujarat, that's all, but you are not a Gujarati. Because when you leave the body, the soul will say, I'm a Gujarati, I'm a Gujarati. No, soul is not Gujarati. It is neither man, it is not female, nor woman, nor girl, nor not anybody. They're all conditioned states of consciousness. So there is a distinction between you and your body. Otherwise, the word we use, passed away, means what? He passed away from this world. Guzar gaye, chal base, chale gaye. Sometimes people use the word khatam. खत्म हो गया. What did खत्म? what क्या खत्म हुआ? खत्म हो गया. Accident हुआ, खत्म हो गया. His existence in that body became khatam. He did not become khatam. Hmm. So sometimes you sell the car, buy another car. That doesn't mean you have changed. The car has changed. You are wearing today one dress and then tomorrow you wear another dress. Are you a changed person? You're the same person with a different dress. That's all. This body is like the dress. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Pasam chajirinani yatha Navami Grandhati Naruparanita Sharirani Vihaya Jirna Nyani Samyati Navamiti. Say Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that like you change the dresses, the same way you change the bodies. When the dress becomes old and degraded, then you give up the dress, old dress, and you take a new dress. The same way you give up this old body and take a new body. So you are not the dress. You are the person who is living in the dress. You are not the body. You are the person who is living in that body. So in this way, the first proof of existence of soul, that is, you are not the body, your spirit soul. I may say, oh, I want something more logical. You're just using some words. Let us discuss something more logical. Once Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya for this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, he was in Dallas, Texas, where at that time we had a Gurukul. Many children were there waiting for the Acharya to come, Prabhupada to come. First time they're having his darshan. So they were all sitting, and Prabhupada was just came and sat in the chair and he called one boy. And then took the pen from his hand and asked that boy, hey, whose pen is this? This boy, this is my pen. Then Srila Prabhupada asked that boy, are you this pen? Then this boy told, no, I am not the pen. I am not the pen. Then this is my pen. Then Srila Prabhupada caught hold of his kurta. And asked, whose kurta is this? And that boy told, it's my kurta. He said, are you this kurta? He said, no, I am not this kurta. This is my kurta. Then Srila Prabhupada caught hold of his hand and asked, are you this hand? Then boy told, no, I am not this hand. It's my hand. Then Srila Prabhupada pointed out to his head. Whose head is this? The boy was shocked. Whose head? This is my head. Why? Who can you? And Srila Prabhupada asked, are you this head? The boy said, no, I'm not this head. It's my head. When Srila Prabhupada asked, whose body is this? The boy was standing like this. And whose body is this? It's my body. My body. Then Prabhupada said, are you this body? And I start thinking something wrong. This is my pen. I'm not this pen. There's a difference between me and my pen. This is my kurta. I'm not this kurta. There's a difference between me and my kurta. This is my hand. I'm not this hand. There's a difference between me and my hand. And this is my head. What does it mean when I say this is my head? There's a distinction between me and my head. I am not this head. When the boy told, oh, well, whose body is this? He said, my body. Then what was the question asked? Are you this body? And the boy thought, this is my pen. I'm not this pen. My hand. I'm not this hand. This is my body. Then I'm not this body. So I am not. Then boy, I am not this body. Oh, you're not this body. Then who are you? Who are you? If I'm not this body, who am I then? So that is the question. Who am I? You're trying to know so many things in this world, but you forgot the person who is knowing those things. When you say, I know him, who is that person who is knowing him? Who is that person who is knowing him? Who is that knower? He is the knower, that knows the knower. Who is that person who is knowing? So there is something called soul within the body, which is making all the bodily functions possible. All the movements of the body is possible because of the soul, which is unseen, which is beyond the body, but it is making all the bodily functions possible. So there's a distinction between body and soul. Like in English grammar, there's something called a simple sentence. A simple sentence consists of three things: a subject, object, and a verb. When I say this is my body, the subject is me or my, and my body is the object, is the verb. So in this simple sentence, the subject should be distinct from the object. Then only the simple sentence has some value. Otherwise, the sentence has no meaning. For a simple sentence to have a meaning, the subject should be different from the object, should be distinct from the object. So, in this way, we know that when I say this is my body, that means my or me, I is if is different, I am different from the body. There is a distinction between body and soul. Body is not the soul, and soul is not the body. I am not this body. I am spirit, soul. So this is the second proof of existence of soul. The first is by simple understanding, and is known as uh, hmm, common sense. And the second thing is intelligence. If you have some special intelligence, okay, here logic, intuitive understanding. When I say this is my body, that means there's a distinction between me and my body. Now let us go to the third proof of existence of soul. What has happened is, in the first and second proof, we use a lot of word jugglery, somebody may say. Now, I want to know uh, something very logical. You are just using word jugglery. It's just a play of words. I'm this body, I'm not this body. What is this? Uh, this is my body. Just using some words, grammar. For practicality, you have to use certain things. But I want uh, something more scientific. Okay. That is the presence of consciousness. You kick a football. Will the football kick you back? Why? Because the football did not feel the pain. Whereas your friend, if you go and kick your friend kicks you back. Why? He felt the pain. Why did your friend feel the pain? Why the football did not feel the pain? So what is there in your friend which is not there in the football, which is actually making your friend feel the pain? That is consciousness. You go and stand in front of the wall, start abusing the wall. The wall is unmoved. It doesn't feel bad. Whereas if you go and abuse your friend, he feels bad. Why? Because he has consciousness in him. So this consciousness is a symptom of soul. It is like the light which is emanating from the bulb. The soul is like the bulb, and the light which is coming from the bulb is like the consciousness. So consciousness is like the current which flows through the body, and you have the entire body, the blood, wherever it's flowing, consciousness flows to the blood. When you cut the fingers, you feel the pain because blood flows. When you cut the nails, you don't feel the pain. Why you don't feel the pain when you cut your nails? Why you don't feel the pain when you cut your hair? It's because there is no blood flowing. Since there is no blood flowing, there is no consciousness flowing. Since there is no consciousness flowing, there is no experience of pain. So the very fact that we experience emotions, we experience pain, it is because of presence of consciousness. The consciousness is a symptom of soul. Now, many scientists they have said we can create babies in our factory. It is impossible because soul is non-material substance. Consciousness is actually a non-material substance. It is not made up of matter. No amount of chemical combinations can produce life, can produce life symptoms. Now, there was one scientist who said that consciousness is nothing but a combination of chemicals. He said that when the combination of chemicals reaches to a certain level of complexity, then it gives rise to conscious symptoms. When chemicals combine with each other and combination of the chemicals become reaches to a certain level of complexity, gives rise to conscious symptoms. So, but that is not possible. In spite of all the endeavors by scientists to make consciousness in the laboratory, it is impossible because soul and consciousness is not made up of material elements. And you must have studied in science the periodic table. All the chemicals are there in the periodic table. When you mix the chemicals, you cannot produce consciousness. Consciousness is beyond matter. So, the presence of consciousness itself is the proof of existence of soul. Like you are sitting on the chair. Is the chair feeling any pain? Why? No. You sit on your lap of the person sitting next to you. He says after a few minutes, please, I'm feeling the pain. Why? Because there's consciousness. Now somebody said, no, we'll make a robot which exactly behaves like a human. You can decode the behavioral patterns of a human and then code it into a computer and make a robot. But that doesn't mean you made a human. Mhm. You cannot make a human. Like how there was one billionaire. Actually, he was not so rich, but he loved his wife and children so much, and he worked hard and hard and hard and accumulated a lot of money. became a very successful businessman. He had billions of dollars. Now, all of a sudden, it so happened to him. He became very afraid. He had the fear that his wife would kill him and take all the money. Just see. For whose sake he made all the money, he had a fear with that she'll kill him all the day. So he got rid of her and children, everybody out of the house. But he's alone, feeling so bored. Lots and lots of money, what to do, he doesn't know. So then he thought, let me call a robotics company. The robotics company told, don't worry, we'll make a robot wife for you. Looks exactly the same, behaves exactly the same. So after a few months, they brought the robot wife in and gave it to him. And he just looked at the robot and said, hi, how are you? Then he was so surprised. The robot was looking exactly like his wife and started speaking in the same tone, the same way the wife would reply. He was so happy. Now I got my wife, but robot wife, and she would not cheat me anymore. He spent a couple of days and then later understood something wrong, some deficiency. What the robotic company did was they could get the voice recorded of his wife, and then they simulated everything so nicely that the behavioral patterns of the wife was decoded into a program. And she would reply in the same way. The voice was also same, but there was one difference. The difference was the robot wife was not feeling the happiness or experience the emotion. It was able to decode or copy the behavioral patterns, but not the experience. Because experience comes only when there is consciousness. Like you put rasgulla in your mouth, you feel very happy. You experience the sweetness. You put the rasgulla in the mouth of a dead body. Will the dead body experience the sweetness? No, it will not. Why? Because there is no consciousness there. So when as long as the consciousness is there, we experience pleasure, pain, etc. Since our body is experiencing pleasure, pain, heat, cold, etc., we have consciousness. And where is that consciousness coming from? Soul. That shows that the soul exists. Something's called soul, which is beyond the body, which is there within the body, and it is making all the bodily functions possible. Now, first proof is common sense, second is intuitive understanding, third proof of existence of soul is presence of consciousness, presence of consciousness. Now, let us go to the uh, proof of existence of soul, the third point regarding the fourth point regarding the proof of existence of soul, because people say, oh, we don't want to accept anything, we just want to see what scientists say. We only accept what science says. Let us see what the science talks about the soul. There are two phenomena called near death experiences and out of body experiences. So, these near death experiences and out of body experiences, they are recorded by the medical scientists, doctors. So, there was an open heart surgery. The surgery went for 14 hours. And next day, when this patient came back to consciousness, what happened? The patient called the doctor and told the doctor that I saw you operating my body. And he described the operation at full length. And he told the doctor that my body was lying on this table like this, you're cutting like this nurse came, that happened, this happened, this happened. So I was shocked because the patient was under anesthesia. And how that patient knows all these things have happened? The doctor asked the patient, how did you know? He says that I went out of this body. And from a spot beyond the body, I was able to perceive what's happening in the entire operation theater. I was shocked. And these were recorded in medical journals. This operation, this whole thing was recorded. That is known as out of body experience. The patient, he goes out of the body and then sees what's happening in the body. In the body. What does it mean? There's something which is there beyond the body, but it is within the body. And it is making all the functions of the body possible. This is all called out of body experience. Who went out? It is not by anybody, it is by the medical scientists, they're doctors who noted these things in the journals. Now, near death experience, there are many people who were declared dead, but they came back to life. And most of them, they had a very strange experience, very horrible experience. But more astonishing is that their experiences were all almost similar. And their experiences not only were almost similar, but exactly matching the descriptions of hell. They say we ran on hot sand and very dark looking, very ugly looking, very fearful people were running after us. They went to hell and came back. Who went? Who had this experience? It means there's something beyond the body. Going further, somebody says, "Oh, Prabhuji, you people are always talking about soul and so many other things uh, which we cannot see. Until unless I experience something, I will not believe all these things. Doctors may say anything, you may say anything, but I want to experience. Yes, everybody experiences. Fifth proof of the existence of soul is past life memories. Past life memories. In the past life, we had, if we had a past life, what is the thing which connects the previous life to this life? And that comes out in the form of dreams. The past life memories comes in the form of dreams. In the dreams, we go to a place which we have never been before. In the dreams, we speak to someone whom we have never seen in this life. Sometimes in the dreams, we speak a language which we have never spoken. So where are all these impressions coming from? They are all coming from the previous life. There's one person called Anne Stevenson. He has written a book called 2000 Cases of Reincarnation. Proved, verified and proved. So he sent people to that particular village to find out whether the story, what they are saying, is true or not. There's one small little girl called Meenu in Bengal. Right from her, uh, able to right from the time when she was able to speak, she was telling her father, "Please take me to this village." She was constantly pestering her father. She became, by the time she became 5, the father could not tolerate anymore. Okay, he took her. And when the village came, the name of the village which she was always talking about, and she was able to tell, take right turn, left turn, like that. When a car, it stopped in front of the house. She told, "Stop here." He got down from the car and was about to enter from a place. By the time the people who were living in the house, they came out and told, "Earlier there was a door here. We closed the door and built a wall." And she went inside and she went into a cupboard. She saw many saris. And she came running to the mother of this life and told, showed one person, elderly person. And he likes these items very much, wine to cook and feed. She knew many incidences which happened in that particular house many years back. Actually, she was the daughter-in-law of the house who had died a few years back. And she was born again in this house in the market. Not one, two. There are millions of cases like that. So many cases. So you also experience dreams. What are these dreams? Our past life memories. If there was a previous life, what is the thing which is connecting you, previous life to this life? It is very simple. What is connecting? It is the soul. The soul from the previous life, previous body, it came to this body. So when it came along with the impressions of the previous life. In this way, uh, we have five kinds of proof of existence of soul. That is common sense, intuitive understanding, presence of consciousness, near-death experience, out-of-body experiences, and ultimately past life memories. Now we'll try to find out what is the soul all about. What is soul? But before we try to know what is soul, but we'll try to understand the entire body. What exists in the body when you're looking at me? What are they? What is there in me, in this body as an existence as a whole? What is there in your friend's existence when you see your friend? What exactly is there? There are 10 things which are there. When you're looking at me, there are 10 things in me. What are the 10 things? Let us see. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. We know in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also talks about it. He says, Bhumi, Apollo, Apo, Analo, Vayu, Kam. Five. These five are known as Pancha Mahabhutas. They are known as five gross elements. So, apart from these five, there are three more. What are they? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. And apart from these eight, there is soul and a super soul, 10 things. Hmm. Is Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, Akash. Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, Atma, Paramatma. So you have 10 things. In these 10 things, there are two distinct categories. What are the two distinct categories? Number one is the material body. Another one is known as the spiritual body. So this material body consists of eight elements. 5 plus 3. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false. So let us first talk about the material body. The material body again has got two divisions: gross material body and the subtle material body. That is the Stula Bhautika Sharira. Another one is what? Sukshma Bhautika Sharira. So these are the two distinct categories within the material body. That is gross material body and the subtle material body. Now the gross material body, what you see is gross, physical body. This body consists of earth, water, fire, air, and ether. You may say, hey, where is this earth, water, fire? I'm not able to find any earth, water, fire, air here in the body. Yes, earth is there in the form of flesh and bones. When earth produces the grass, the vegetables, it produces grains. But when you take it, that is transformed into bones and flesh. So earth is there in the body. Water is also there. 70% of our body is water. Hmm. Other water, fire is there. Outside temperature is now 24 or 26 degrees. Inside temperature is 37 degrees. So fire is there. That is why your body temperature is more than the ambient temperature. Now, with water, fire, air, say that is why I'm able to move my hands and legs. All the movements in the body are possible because of the air. The whole body is like a pneumatic machine. All the movements. Suppose the heartbeat stops, it is because of the vata roga. All the movements are because of the vata, air. There are 10 kinds of air, primary, five secondary. It's a different subject, but air is there. Earth, water, fire, air, ether is also there. So speak, where are the sound vibrations coming from? Because of the presence of the ethereal element in my body. That is why the sound vibrations are coming. In this way, the five elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, Prithvi, Jal, Agni, Vayu, and Akash, they constitute the gross material body. No, apart from the gross material body, there is something called the subtle material body. What is it? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Man, buddhi, and ahankar. Now, to have better understanding of the gross body and subtle body, let us take the example of a computer. In a computer, you have two things: gross body, uh, that is the software and the hardware. So now everybody knows computer, and the kid knows what a computer is, what is software, hardware, and all. But when we are studying in engineering, we had no idea what a computer is. We had no idea at all. So but still we had a computer lab, and they just used to take us inside the computer lab, show the computers from far, and go back. That's all. That's computer lab is over. Sitting. So over, and all the computers is packed as it is. Nobody opens it. Nothing. All the plastic covers, everything is as it is. That's how our computer lab is over. We're not allowed to touch it. It's very sacred. It was. Yeah. One day, attendance has to be required in the lab. So just we go to attendance. One day, I asked my friend, "Hey, what is this? This some strange thing." It, nobody is there. Still, the AC is going on. I asked, "I think I know something about it." My friend told, "In the computer, na, there is something called hardware and software." He said so. Then the computer lab in charge, he brought us all. We stand. मेरा computer है, देखा है computer और go. So when we went inside, he had gone somewhere. The door was open. I sneaked back and then went and touched, tried to find out which is hard, which is soft. Hardware is a software. Something should be soft. Huh? Software, it should be soft. Hardware, it should be hard. I did not find everything was hard on me. So, but the software runs the hardware. Software you cannot measure. It is mind, intelligence, and false ego. This mind or manaha, buddhi, and ahankara, these three are the software of our body, or the subtle body, or the sthula, sukshma, bhautika sharira, or subtle material body. So, as much as there is interaction between the software and hardware, the software runs the hardware. The same way, the subtle body it runs our gross body. Once you think in the mind and then do with your senses, with your body. So there is a connection between the hardware and the software. Same, there is a the connection between the gross body and the subtle body. Like in the body, gross body, brain and mind are different from each other. The mind is not the brain, brain is not the mind. The brain is a gross body, mind is a subtle body. Many people say, "Oh, I am thinking in the brain." No, you think in your mind, and the mind is not here. Mind just cannot, you're spaced out, it doesn't know, you don't know where the mind is. Mind is mind, it is all pervading. This mind is subtle body. You cannot, can you measure? Somebody says, "Oh, my mind is very heavy today." How many kilos? You cannot measure. You cannot measure mind with kilos or meters thick. But there is a distinction between mind and the brain. As much as there is a distinction between the software and the hardware, there is a distinction between the subtle body and the gross body. So let us have a simple understanding of what is mind. Mind is a canal, is a river in which thoughts flow. In general, if you go to a river, water flows in the river. Canal water flows. But the mind is a canal in which a river in which what thoughts are flowing. In that good, bad, ugly, nonsense, useful, not useful, favorable, unfavorable, all kinds of thoughts come in the mind. But beyond the mind, there's something called intelligence. This intelligence is something which actually helps us to discriminate between right and wrong, profitable, non-profitable, good and bad, favorable, unfavorable. So the capacity to discriminate within us, that is called intelligence, vijakshana shakti. And beyond intelligence is something called false ego. What is it, false ego? This false ego is uh, the capacity within us by which we are able to identify myself as so and so. This is my house, this is my wife. Sometimes you go to sleep, deep sleep, You don't even know. When you wake up, you don't even know when it's morning or evening, which day, where I am, when did I sleep. Totally, it's called deep sleep. Very rarely you can sleep. When we were small children, when we used to play a lot, we used to get that kind of sleep. Just sleep. Nobody knows. You just don't know where you are. Wake up. And when you just wake up, who reminds you that I am so and so? This is my wife. This is my child. This is my child. This is my house. Who makes you understand this? It's false ego. It's ahankara. In this way, you have mind, manaha, buddhi, ahankara, mind, intelligence, and false ego. Now, beyond this mind, intelligence, and false ego, there is something called soul. Like we discussed about a computer. We compared the hardware of the computer to the gross material body. We compared the software of the computer to subtle material body, Sukma Sharira. Well, you have a computer. Will it function? No, you have to put the plug point. When you put connect to the plug point and the electricity flows through it, then only computer functions. The same way, though you may have the hardware and the software, but until unless what should flow? The current. What is that current? Consciousness. Until unless the consciousness flows, the body will not function. Though you may be having the gross body and subtle body. And what is that current? That is the consciousness. And where is the current coming from? Plug point. That plug point is the soul. And where is the current coming from to the plug point? It is coming from super soul. It is a big generator. So generator, plug point, electricity, subtle, that is software and hardware. Super soul, soul, consciousness, subtle body and gross body. So that is how this whole body is compared to a computer setup. Mhm. So there is a distinction between brain and mind. There is a distinction between mind and soul. There is a distinction between soul and super soul. The modern scientists, they don't have an idea of what mind is. Forget about even soul, forget about God. They don't even accept the existence of mind, though they talk about there's a department of psychology. When somebody is not behaving properly, that person, patient is taken to a neurologist. The neurologist does a CT scan, he does the MRI, and then he gets a report and he sees his brain is perfect, but still is not behaving properly. He says, it's not my department anymore. Take him to a psychiatrist. So why? He deals with the mind. When you go and ask a psychiatrist, my dear psychiatrist, do you know what is his mind? Do you know what is his mind? No, we deal with the mind, but we don't know what it is. No, do we accept that we have a mind? Yes, can you show me where it is? We cannot show. You can show I can show break the skull and show the brain, but can you show the mind? You cannot. You cannot do that. It's impossible for you to show the mind because the mind is subtle. It is sukshma. Mhm. Sukshma Sharira. So the modern science doesn't even accept the existence of mind. Maxim, they say mind and emotions or the pain, what you feel is nothing but the electromagnetic impulses created by the flow of blood in the brain. They don't accept mind as a separate entity, subtle entity. Mind, intelligence, and false ego. These three constitute subtle body. So to have a better understanding of what all we discussed till now about gross body, subtle body, soul, and super soul, let us discuss about that one event which is going to happen in everybody's life. So, what is that one event which is going to happen in everybody's life? Death. It is for sure. You just cannot avoid it. What is that one event? That is death. You can tell me what happens at the time of death. What happens at the time of death? The soul leaves the body, but it doesn't leave alone. Along with the soul is engaged by the subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. This mind, intelligence, and false ego, it engages the soul and takes the soul from one body to another body. So, when the soul leaves along with the subtle body, what is lying down there is only the gross body. It is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is the reason you have memories from the previous life. So, what all we have done in the previous life, everything is stored in the mind, and you carry that mind to the next life. In this way, you get all the impressions which are there in the previous life. Like when you go to a picnic, you go on taking photographs. You take so many photographs, and all the photographs are stored in the memory card. So you take the memory card and then put in your laptop, and then see all the pictures. The same way, what all we did in the previous life, it is all stored in the memory card of our subtle body. The same subtle body which was there in the previous life, it came here to this life. And that is why you are able to see those things which you have done in the previous. That is called sanskars. Whatever you have seen in the previous life, whatever you see in the previous lives, whatever you heard from the previous lives, everything creates an impression on your subtle body. And the same subtle body comes, that is called sanskar. You say, "Na, this, oh, iske achhe sanskar hai." What does that mean? In the previous life, this person had very strong and very good impressions. He is a Buddha sanskar. Just see, sometimes it so happens two kids are born in the same time. One kid is very obedient, very nice, very studious, very intelligent. The other kid always frustrated, quarreling, and not very prudent and not no, not at all humble. So why? Both are born at the same time. Why is there a difference? It is very simple. Sanskar from the previous life. Sometimes people say, hey, previous life and all we don't believe. This life only, we live only one life. So tell me, one boy is born in America, a billionaire, the best of the hospitals, doctors, very healthy, the baby is. And so many people to take care of the baby. By birth, the baby is a billionaire. Now, what hard work this baby has done to become billionaire? Previous life is done. Same time, there is one boy who was born in Somalia. Just by birth, what happened? Mother died. There's no food to eat. There's no, forget about even milk, when there is no water to drink. He was born with paralysis. So tell me, these two babies are born at the same time. Why is it so? That one baby is born in that condition, another baby is born in this condition. What is the reason? There can be only one reason. That is, what is that one reason? Previous life karma. There is no other reason. There is the only reason. So, if there is a previous life, that means that what is the thing which connects the previous life to this life? Previous body to this body. It is a soul which transferred from the previous body to this body along with the subtle body. So, at the time of death, the soul leaves the body along with the subtle body, and what is left out is the gross body. The gross body is here, Subtle body in the soul is there. Who manages everything? The super soul manages everything. So everything is very clear. So there's a distinction between gross body made up of five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is, second is subtle body, mind, intelligence, and false ego. The soul and the super soul. And the soul produces a light called consciousness. So now we are very clear about these distinctions. Let me say, now can you please tell me what is the soul all about? Okay, I'll talk to you about soul. The subject matter is soul. Very simple. You must have heard about these three terminologies: Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat, Chit, and Ananda. The soul is Sat, Chit, and Ananda. Sat means Sanatana, it is eternal. The word Sat comes from the word Sanatan. Now, what is the meaning of the word Sanatan? It is having neither birth nor death. That is what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वानभूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. When the body dies, the soul doesn't die. न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. Soul doesn't die when the body dies. हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे. न जायते, the soul is never born. न म्रियते, it never dies. न जायते न म्रियते वा कदाचित्. न म्रियते, it never takes birth nor it dies. Kadachi, it never happened. Nayam bhutva, nor it happened in the past. Na bhavita, nor it is going to happen in the future. Na bhuya, nor it's going to happen. It's happening now. So the soul is eternal. It neither has birth nor death. Now we heard that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. I am soul, I have no birth. Then why are you celebrating the birthday? Whose birthday are you celebrating? When you are born, who was born? The body was born. I was not born. I was never born because I'm eternal. The birth is for the body, death is for the body. That is why Krishna says, Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body dies, the soul doesn't die. So you don't have to worry. Oh, I'm going to die. Going to die. No, no. Body dies. You are not going to die. Anyhow, when you celebrate your birthday, then oh, it's my birthday. My birthday. No, it's not your birthday. Whose birthday it is? It is birthdays of your body. So when somebody you go to your friend's birthday and then you know very well it is not your friend's birthday, it is the birthday of your friend's body. So you should sing happy birthday to your body. Hey, what are you saying? Yes, your body was born. What do you mean to say? My body was small when I was born. Yes, but you are the same person, isn't it? When you're born, you're the same person. 10 years also you say afterwards you're the same person. After 30 years also you're the same person. But what changed? The body changed. The body goes on changing. So the hanyate hanyamane sharire. And the soul is that one thing which doesn't change. It has neither birth nor. That is why soul is called what? Sat. Sanatana. So what is the second quality of the soul? Chit. The soul is conscious. I am able to experience the pleasure, the pain, the heat, the cold. It is because of the presence of soul. All the emotions sometimes become angry. Why? Why the dead body doesn't become angry? Because there's no soul. There's no consciousness. The soul is is there. That is why the second quality of the soul is chit, consciousness. Sat chit. It is made up of consciousness and it is conscious. The soul is conscious and also consciousness. It is Sat, Chit Kana. It is made up of consciousness and it is conscious. So, and the third quality of the soul is what? Ananda. That is the most important quality of the soul. Though we are Sat, Chit and Ananda, that is soul is Sat, Chit and Ananda. Nobody says Sat Mayobhyasat, Chit Mayobhyasat, it's the Ananda Mayobhyasat. Somebody gives you, you will not die, but on one condition. What is the condition? You will be kept in one room. Whatever you want, food, everything will be given. But you will not be allowed to see anyone, meet anyone, talk anyone, and no mobile phone also. Whatever you want, you will get. Okay, not for, it is for 1 year. Not possible. So, though you are eternal, but that is not the intrinsic nature of the soul. Though you are uh, conscious, that is not the intrinsic nature of the soul. The intrinsic nature of the soul is Ananda. I should not say intrinsic, essential nature of the soul is Ananda. We are blessed seekers. Okay. Now, everybody is seeking for happiness because it is the nature of the soul to seek happiness. But the problem is, we are trying to find happiness in a wrong place. Like you are coming, walking from your friend's house back to your house. Now, on the way back to your house, you lost your keys. When you lose your keys, you went back and tried to search. Where did I lose? Where did I lose? And you are searching where? Wherever the street light is there, you're searching. Oh, I'm not getting. So, the same way, we are also searching for happiness, but in wrong place. Because it is the material world. There is no happiness here. So, since we are Sat, Chit, and Ananda, we are soul. Happiness can only be perceived on the spiritual platform, not on the material platform. Because our body is material and we are not this body. The soul is spiritual, and only spiritual things can make us happy. No amount of material aggrandizement you have, you'll never be happy because people have achieved what you want. Many people have achieved what you want. You go and ask them, are they happy? They're not. They're not. You should do a survey, isn't it? Like when you buy something from Amazon, what do you see? The ratings, isn't it? At least it should be 4.5 minimum. So you see the ratings. That means whoever purchased the top, they give the ratings. Now, those who already got what you want, you go and ask them, are you happy with what you got? And then only you try to get this thing. But do you think, no, I'm very special. He is suffering with that. But once I get, I'll be happy. I'm special, nah, anyhow. No, it is not. Nothing in this world can make you happy because everything is material and you are not material. That's the problem. So what can make you happy? It is only one thing which can make you happy. That is what? That is spiritual. Because the soul is spiritual, and only spiritual things can make you happy and satisfied. Whatever you may achieve, okay. I want to become a millionaire, okay. You'll be same. Experience the same. Oh, I want to become this. I want to get married. Huh? Okay, get married, no problem. Same. Because that is not going to satisfy the soul. Like a fish out of water. When fish is out of water, it is suffering. And then see, oh, I think the fish is suffering because of the heat. It's very hot. It is 40 degrees centigrade. And the fish is chatpat it is doing. So let me take the fish to an air conditioned room. What does he see? The fish is still doing chatpat. And the fish is doing chatpat. Maybe it's very hungry. Let me give a chapan bhog to the fish. Still doing chatpat. Maybe the fish wants to watch a nice, wonderful movie. Let me take the fish in front of the movie. Ah, still chatpat. No, let me get the fish married to another fish. Get another fish and you get married. Oh, you be happy, both of you. So both are doing chatpat, chatpat, chatpat. They don't know what to do now. Maybe they are not happy with each other. Let us get that fish divorced. So then they'll be happy. You see, both that person will be chatpat, this person will be. The fish can be happy only when the fish goes back to water. The same way, you may change your house, you may change your job, change your husband, change your wife, but still you're doing chatpat, chatpat, chatpat. Until unless you go back to water, that is spiritual world, you'll never be happy. You may do anything in this world. Do any hangama. Chalo. Try out. I'll give you 5 years. Tell me one thing which can make you happy and you're satisfied with it. I'll also do the same thing. No. Impossible. Because I am spirit soul. Spirit soul is spiritual. And what satisfies me is spiritual things only. No amount of material things can satisfy because we are not body. What is there to satisfy? Because the body is always dead. It seems to be alive because of the presence of soul. That's all. The body just seems to be alive. It is not alive. It is dead. We say it's a living body. It is not living. Our body is never living. It is always dead. Soul's presence make it seems to be alive. Now, because we are Anandamaya, we are essentially seeking for Ananda, bliss, pleasure. But it's the wrong place. How? An example is given that of a Kasturi Mriga, that is a deer, a musk deer. So what does this musk deer do? From its body, effulgence is coming out. Effulgence. Sorry, fragrance is coming out. The fragrance is coming out. So wonderful fragrance. And this deer is thinking, where is it coming from? Where is fragrance coming from? Yes, from this side. It starts running to find the source of the fragrance. It's coming from its own body. Musk, kasturi. It runs and runs. The more it runs, the fragrance becomes more and thinks, yes, I'm nearing the place where the fragrance is coming from. Runs and runs and runs and runs and dies. Because this foolish deer could not understand the fragrance is coming from its own body. The same way, Ananda, in searching for pursuit of happiness, you're going here, going there, going to so many places, but you'll not get it. By running here and there to get some happiness, you will die one day. Because happiness is not somewhere outside. It's not external, it is internal. It is within you. Without you looking at yourself, you're looking somewhere. I'll go there and become happy. I'll go there and become happy. It is the same. Oh, why I got visa to America, I'll become happy going to America. Then people don't die or what? So as if you got liberation. Many years back, I was in American embassy visa office when I was working actually. So all of a sudden I heard suddenly uh, in a place where few young ladies were so happy, they're howling and shouting and oh and expressing happiness. I thought, what happened? They're actually celebrating they getting visa. And as if they got liberated, some pressures. They are, they achieved some big thing. As if by going to America they'll not die. So wherever you go, you're going to die. So the happiness is actually a spiritual platform. This Kasturi Mruga is going and here and there, trying to find where is happiness. Happiness is not in this world, it's in yourself. Mhm. So unfortunately, we are thinking, I have so many problems in my life. I have this problem, I have that problem, I have this problem, but forgot the real problem in your life. I give you a small example. The real problem is to understand that I am not till understood that I am not this body and spirit soul. That is the real problem. Instead of focusing on the real problem, it's I'm already 40, I'm already 50, 60. It's going to come. And I don't know Bhagavad Gita. I have not realized who am I. That is the real problem. Instead of focusing on the real problem, you're focusing on different problems in this world, which are not a problem at all, which can never be solved if it is a problem. Impossible. Every solution you bring to solve a problem, that solution becomes a bigger problem. And you say problems goes on extending. Because there's only one problem which you have. All the other problems are not a problem at all. That is, we are not taken up spiritual life, study of Bhagavad Gita seriously. That is the problem. You're not recognized this is a real problem. Like one person who had a great desire to purchase Mercedes, but he was not earning so much. Somehow he saved every penny, whatever he earned. He did overtime and he got something here and there, some money. For 15 years, he worked hard, 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 and somehow collected enough money to purchase Mercedes. Went and gave one check, and he purchased the car. And he was sitting in the car and was driving so happy. Just imagine. His goal of life was to purchase Mercedes, and he got it in Mercedes. God, all of a sudden, a truck came and then crashed. Car crash. Somehow he got saved. He came out of the crashed car and he went to the truck driver and he started yelling at him, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to take you to the police station. I'm going to do this. The truck wala told, Saab, you may do anything with me. We'll all take care of it later. Get into my truck. My truck is fine. It is okay. I'll take you to the hospital immediately. Come. Why hospital? I'll take you to the police station. I'll beat you. He told Saab, whatever you want to do, do later. But first get into the truck. I'll take you to the hospital. Yes, why you should go to the hospital? Why you take him to the hospital? The Kuala told, please look at your hand. And he saw the forearm, it is broken, and this whole piece has flown somewhere, and the blood is oozing out. And he saw and became so angry in the truck wala and said, I am going to kill you now because of you. I lost my car. I not only lost my car, I lost my watch also. He's so worried about his car. So worried about it. And his hand is bleeding. And he wants to go to the police, wants to go to the police station. And he used to go to the hospital. The same way, we are thinking about those things which are not fit to be thought about. Time is going, and I have not realized that who am I? I don't know that I'm this God, this body, and spirit soul. Time is going by and worried about that problem, this problem, this problem, and suffering without being concerned of the real problem. The real problem is this. I will not study Bhagavad Gita in my life. So I'm thinking that I am solving many problems, but these problems are not a problem at all. The real problem, a real emergency is go to the temple. The real emergency is go to satsang. The real emergency is study Bhagavad Gita. Others are not such an emergency. So this is the science of soul. I am not this body, I am spirit soul. This one statement of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita gives is an answer to all the problems in this world. You name a problem, it has got its solution in this one line. What is that? I'm not this body, I'm spirit. You name a problem, it has got its solution in this one line. I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. मैं ये शरीर नहीं हूँ. I can't know. Atma. So we end here. Any questions for this session on the science of soul? Please to ask. पसंद आ गया? ठीक है. Yeah. What exactly is the consciousness in your body? During the lecture, I told one point. Consciousness flows through blood. So wherever the blood flows, there is consciousness. Wherever blood doesn't flow, there is no consciousness. You cut your nails, do you feel the pain? Why? Because there is no flow of blood, there is no consciousness. Consciousness is like the light which spreads everywhere. Sarvavidam tatam. So bulb is at one place, the light is spread everywhere. In the same way, the soul is approximately in the region of the heart. But it is occupying a spiritual space in the region of the heart. You can cut and see where the soul, you don't find it. It's in the spiritual space. And that soul is emanating a light called consciousness, which is spreading throughout the body. So you cannot say where it is. It is spreading throughout the body. You can say this is the bulb. Where is the bulb? It is there. Where is the light? Like that. Okay. Yes. More questions. More questions. हरि बोल. Yes. हाँ इन्हें बोलिए. हाँ हाँ. Very good question. Prasthanatraya. Shruti, the original four Vedas, they are known as the Shruti Prasthana. And the Puranas, the Itihasas, the Pancharatras, the Vedangas, and the Tantras, they are Agamas. They are all coming under the aspect of the Smriti Prasthana. And third one is known as the Nyaya Prasthana. What is the meaning of Nyaya Prasthana? That is, what are the books which come under the category of Nyaya Prasthana? That is the Shad Darshanas, including Vedanta, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Purvimamsa, Uttaramimamsa. These are all coming under the category of what? The Nyaya Prasthana. To make it very simple, Shruti Prasthana talks about what to do. Shruti Prasthana talks about what? What to do. क्या करना है. भगवान के ऊपर ध्यान करना है. अंतकाल में भगवान के ऊपर स्मरण करना है. The Shruti Prasthana says. So when somebody tells you, you should do this, what is the next question? आपको ये काम करना है. Then immediately what is the second question? What is the second question? How to do? Isn't how to do? How to do, you'll find in the Smriti Prasthana. Smriti Prasthana talks about what? How to? How to. Then, if somebody among many people, few people, will say, why I should do? Then comes the Nyaya Prasthana, the philosophy. You ask questions, answer, question, answer, debate goes on till you surrender. Yes, I will do. So, if you are simple hearted, you listen from the Shruti and do according to the Smriti. Bhagavad Gita, though it is a part of Smriti, but Sripad Shankaracharya has said that it is a Smriti, it is Shruti. Sarvopaniषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपालनंदना पार्थो वत्स सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्. So he told Bhagavad Gita, he named Bhagavad Gita as what? As Gitopanishad. He named it as Gita Upanishad. Bhagavad Gita as Gita Upanishad. So Bhagavad Gita says in each chapter, Antakalecha Mameva Sparam. You think of me at the time of death. Krishna says this thing. How to do? You have to open Bhagavatam, which is coming under the category of Smriti Prasthana, where you should think of Krishna like Bhishma did, like Prahalad did. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Saradharman Pritijya Mamekam Sharanam. How? In Gopi state. In this way, if somebody says, no, why you should do, why you should think of Krishna, why you should chant Hare Krishna, okay, come to another room. Let these people chant. We'll discuss in another room. Open the Nyaya Prasthana. Then you should say, why you should chant Hare Krishna? You want to listen? Then, do you know who is Krishna? I don't know. I don't accept. Do you have a kidney? I have a kidney. Who gave you that? No, it is by chance. I was born with that. Who designed the kidney? Somebody is there. You know who is he? That's called Nyaya. You break his head till he surrenders. Then go chant Hare Krishna. That is how philosophy. What to do, how to do, and if you're not happy, come, I'll tell you why to do. Will you surrender and do what is being said? Okay. Any more questions? Yes. Yes. No. The soul Sharira is, he kept it here. Is he here only? When Sukshma Sharira, it get dissolved in Viraja. As long as you're in this material world, the soul cannot be independent. The soul is covered by the subtle body. Subtle body. So when you become qualified to go back home, back to Godhead, the subtle body is dissolved in the Viraja. Pure soul goes to the spiritual body. Yeah. Okay. Anyone go? Yes. Yes. Definitely. There are many videos in YouTube you can see. Somebody sent me one many years back. There was one person who had grown a garden in his house. And every day he used to talk to the plants. He used to play flute, very loving. And there was one garden, another place where he used to go and then play havoc there, cacophony there, he'll not take music and he shout, show anger and all. Now this garden, they give more flowers and more fruits. And there, they did not grow properly. So they are conscious, they can hear. Yes, Jagdish Chandra Bose, he got the Nobel Prize for proving that plants have life. But the Vedic literature is already talking about Jalaja Navlakshani Stavaraha Lakshavimshati. Stavaraha 20 lakh varieties of plants are there, creepers are there, trees are there, and they have life. They have consciousness. But the consciousness is very uh, achadita, completely covered. That's the thing. But they have consciousness. Yes, more questions? Any more questions? Yes. हाँ, हिंदी में बताओ बहुत सारे कारण है ये कौन कहा? नहीं, धृतराष्ट्र नहीं। धर्म क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे। धृतराष्ट्र बड़ा ज्ञानी था, ज्ञानी अज्ञानी था। वो जानता था कि कुरुक्षेत्र धर्म क्षेत्र इसलिए है क्योंकि भगवान श्री कृष्ण उधर है। जानता था कृष्ण भगवान है, लेकिन फिर भी उनकी आसक्ति किसमें थी? हाँ, हाँ, पुत्रों में आसक्ति नहीं थी। बताता हूँ। उनको मालूम था कि कुरुक्षेत्र में कौन है? वे कृष्ण है, और धर्म क्षेत्र बन गया। उनको मालूम है उनके पुत्र किसके पक्ष में है? धर्म। धर्म क्षेत्र अधर्म का क्या होगा? नाश होगा। तो उनको मालूम है कुरुक्षेत्र धर्म क्षेत्र होने के नाते मेरे पुत्रों का नाश होने वाला है। तो इसका मोह किसके प्रति था फिर? प्रेम किसके साथ था? सिंहासन पे था। उसको मालूम था कि मेरे पुत्र मरने वाले हैं, लेकिन फिर भी डर था कि कहीं मेरे पुत्र धर्म क्षेत्र में जाके धार्मिक ना बन जाए। जैसे पतिदेव इस्कॉन मंदिर में जाते हैं ना, पत्नी को डर लगता है कहीं सन्यासी ना बन जाए। अगर लड़का इस्कॉन मंदिर में जाने लगा तो क्या सोचते हैं, कहीं ब्रह्मचारी ना बन जाए। तो दारू पिएगा चलेगा, नशा करेगा चलेगा? नहीं। वैसे ही उसको डर था कहीं मेरे पुत्र धार्मिक ना बन जाए। समझौता ना कर बैठा। समझौता कर लिया, मेरी चिट्ठी लिख को चल गया। भले ही 18 दिन के लिए सही, युद्ध करो मरो, 18 दिन के लिए बैठा रहूंगा ना मैं। अज्ञानी व्यक्ति को ज्ञान दिया जा सकता है, ज्ञानी अज्ञानी को सोया भी तो जगा जा सकता है, लेकिन सोने का जो नाटक कर रहा है उसको, ऐसा था। एक ज्ञानी अज्ञानी था। इसे धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र कहा। और कोई प्रश्न? क्वेश्चंस? हाँ, यू हैव सम क्वेश्चन? यू विल रेज योर हैंड ना? हाँ बेटा ये बोल देंगे क्वेश्चन है तो ठीक है। डांस कर रही थी लगता है, ठीक है। एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? हाँ, एक्टिविटी ऑफ माइंड एंड ब्रेन, हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर, हार्डवेयर एंड सॉफ्टवेयर। कंप्यूटर इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपरली। पहले क्या करते हैं बोले, पहले जमाने में रोडी रेडियो ये टीवी बराबर काम नहीं करता था। इट इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपरली। व्हाट वी शुड डू? मारते थे। हाँ, ठीक हो गया, ठीक हो गया। दैट वाज आवर engineering. So when the computer doesn't work properly, it is not because of the hardware, it is because of the software. When you remove, why the software is not functioning properly? Because there are viruses in it. So the mind is like the software. And you experience that if you feel that my brain is not working, it is not the brain, it is the mind. Why the mind is not working properly? Why? Because of virus. So you remove the virus from the mind and everything will be nice. So to remove the virus from the computer, what do you install? Antivirus program. So these Bhagavad classes, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, going to the temple, doing satsang program, taking prasadam, these are all antivirus programs. When you download the antivirus program and practice that antivirus program, then the virus will go away from your software. That is the mind. Then you will find, हाँ brain बराबर काम कर रहा है. Brain पहले बराबर ही था, mind खराब था. Work on the mind. Brain will be okay. Okay, we stop here. So thank you very much. Actually, I was supposed to have the second session also today, but many people could not come today. So tomorrow we'll meet at 10 o'clock, and then till 2 o'clock we'll talk about God. Who is God?